Hey y'all, my March Archer and Olive subscription box just arrived. This is a quarterly box, so y'all probably saw the video that I did on the December 2025 box a couple months ago. If you did not see that, I will try to remember to leave a link in the description box so you can check that out. I like to do these videos because when I was first looking for a stationery subscription box, I didn't see a lot of reviews of Archer and Olive. There are 3 or 4 people who do reviews of their boxes that I follow, and they do amazing reviews. But I just thought I would love to also share a review because y'all know I am a small business owner too, and I love to share anything that I find that I am really a fan of from another small business. This isn't a sponsored video or anything like that. I'm not an affiliate. I will leave a link in the description box if you'd like to check them out. This box actually arrived to me yesterday. I already opened it. So full transparency, this is not a blind reveal. I opened it yesterday because honestly, it's been a bit of a week. It's been a pretty roller coaster of a week, if I can put it that way. You know, life has been lifing, and I really enjoy getting these boxes as a really nice, just self-care, me time moment. And then I get to enjoy the contents of the box all throughout the month, decorating the journals that come in it and really enjoying the pieces that come inside. So I already opened this for my own self-care moment, but I am going to share it now with you guys so that you can see what's in this box. At the time of recording this, I believe that you will still be able to get this box if you subscribe. I believe this box is still available, but once it's sold out, it's sold out. So you can find all the details on their website, but this maybe will give you an idea of what typical things come in their boxes and decide if you want to subscribe for yourself. They also have just a regular e-commerce shop. So if you love journals and stationery items, I encourage you to check out Archer and Olive, regardless of if you subscribe to the box. So I'm not going to read this. Sometimes when I watch videos, they read everything. And I feel like even if you're watching an unboxing to learn more about the products and the brand, you still, if you get the box, want to kind of enjoy the first experience and the surprise of it. So what I will say is the theme of this box is spectacular, and the encouragement or theme description that is here on the cover of the box is all about life and the dress rehearsals versus the times where we're in the spotlight in life. I'll just read the last sentence. So it says, "So take a deep breath, let your creativity take the stage, and make this moment spectacular." So hopefully if you do get this box, you can still enjoy being surprised at exactly what it says. But you can see the idea of the theme here with this, what is this, houndstooth? No, it's not houndstooth. Houndstooth is not this, right? Houndstooth would be something like that. But it's like a diamond pattern, sort of like a circus showgirl kind of feel. And then this is super cute, this little ticket. You can see that it's like a little ticket on the front. And if you really want to know what it says, you can obviously pause the video and just read it for yourself. All right, enough random talking. Let's pop this box open and I'll show you what's inside. So every box comes with the what's inside card. This card is going to have all your spoilers on it to tell you exactly what everything is in a little bit more detail. And when you are a quarterly subscriber, there's also a coupon code, which is what I'm covering up, that will give you 15% off, I think it is. Yeah, 15% off of your next order. So that is really nice, especially for somebody like me who loves to journal and goes through journals very quickly. I usually find myself buying at least one journal in addition to getting the quarterly box. All right, so you can see that the box is nice and full. I'm gonna just go ahead and take out all of the items and lay them out here, and then we'll go through and open up everything so that you can see it. See if I can get it all in screens so that you can at least just get a sense of how full the box is. I'll do that. Put this over here. And we got that little guy, that little guy, and that one. So those are all the items in the box. So you can see there, let's see, how many items did we get this time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got 8 items in this box. I always find that these boxes are an extremely good value. With the shipping and everything, I'm usually spending around $97. The subscription itself is like 70 something, but obviously with shipping and tax. So for less than $100, I really do feel like I get a good value because there's always at least 2 journals in the box. And just those 2 journals alone, if you buy nice journals from like Archer and Olive or other brands, a lot of times these journals can be anywhere between $30 and $45 by themselves. So to get all of this stuff, it's actually a good value. All right, let's just hop into it. I will start with the smaller items first. And then obviously, since I also kind of know what's in here, since I opened it yesterday by myself, I can kind of give you guys a quick video just to show you what's in here. So one of the things that I always really enjoy is the decorative tapes, which are basically washi tapes. If you have watched any of my other crafting videos, you will see a lot of the tapes that I use are Archer and Olive brand. These are super cute. So this one, let me flip it this way because I think it was supposed to go this way. This one is like sparkles falling from the ceiling. That's not how I should describe this, but I don't know. I think of it as like a big top, like if this washi tape, which is kind of like a burgundy and gold color, I think of this as the big top of a circus tent. And then this is like sparkly decorations and gold string lights and beads and stars like kind of falling from the top of the tent. That probably makes no sense, but hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. The background of this is black. I'm pretty sure it's black and not navy. It might be showing up a little navy-ish on camera, but I actually can show you this washi tape is from a past Archer and Olive box, and you can kind of see if I put them next to each other, you can see how much darker this one is. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is black, but it might look a little bit blue on camera, but it's definitely black. This one is burgundy and gold. It's really pretty. Oh, sorry, focus. There we go. And then we've got this one, which is super fun. It's like little Admit One special event tickets. And they're in all kinds of different fun colors. You can see that there. I like this color palette. I'm not a big fan of red, but I like it here because it kind of is a dusty red. I don't know how else to describe it. But you got all those little tickets. And then our fourth tape is this one, which y'all know I'm gonna love because it's pink. Let me find the end of the tape so I can open it up a little bit for you. This one is a pink and white stripe with gold foil. There we go. Hopefully you can see that. When I first opened it yesterday, I was like, it's an interesting collection of washi. I like each of them individually. They seem strange paired together, but as I opened more of what came in the box, it kind of started to make sense. So let's keep going here. If you saw the Archer and Olive sneak peek, you will have seen that they included these acrylographs, which are basically water-based acrylic paint pens. The pens always come with little labels so that you can label them. So those are the 5 colors. The pens themselves are just one tip, so they're not dual tip like some of the other Archer and Olive pens that they do. What I'm excited about with these is that these are metallic. You can see the colors here. And when I was playing with one of them yesterday, they do seem like they're pretty true to color. Sorry, that was kind of loud when I put that down. Let's see if I can, do I have a piece of, it's so funny. I have so much paper in my office and then I'm like, do I have a piece of white paper anywhere? Let me pull out, I'm going to just pull out this white piece of paper here. and we will play around a bit. Now, yesterday when I opened the box, I did not test out all the pens. I just played with this one. With the acrylic and pens, you have to shake it, and you have to kind of get the ink to go, or not the ink, the paint to go down into the nib of the pen. I already did it on this one yesterday when I opened the box, so you should be able to see there, if my camera will focus. Hold on. You should be able to see there the nib. I don't think you could, but I'm just gonna pop it down one more time, press it in. Yeah, see, it's it's literally paint. So I should probably put something else under here, so that I don't get paint all over my board here. Hold on. Okay, I have these random index cards. Okay, let's try this again. All right, so I am just going to do a little bit of scribbling so that you can just get a sense of the colors. All right, and then we've got this one, which looks like it's a little bit more of a yellowish color. It's called Glimmer. And then here you can see, hopefully, if I can get it to focus. There we go. I think that's focused. Anyways, here you can see that the nib is white. So I've shook it. And then I'm going to just keep pressing down. And as I press down, you can see the paint is starting to come down into the nib of the pen. So once I've got that going, I can do that. And then I'm just gonna draw some little shimmers there. All right, we're gonna do the same thing with the red. And the colors of the pens definitely look different than the colors that are shown on the box. So like you can see how much redder that is than the picture on the box. I understand that because this is they're printing on paper. There's foil on here. If y'all know anything about packaging, it's very hard to get the colors to all match up and be correct, you know, in paint versus paper. So no shade or worries there, but I know if you're not familiar with that, you might be like, why do these not match? All right, two more real quick. We've got Ballet Pink, which is probably the color I'm most excited about. So let's try this out. They're really, really, really glittery or shimmery. I don't know, glittery, shimmery, which I love. So I'm excited about using these. All right, last one. This one is the Smoke Blue. All right, so hopefully you can see just from these quick scribbles, hopefully you can see the colors. I really like them all. Like I said, the Ballet Pink I think is probably my favorite. And the blues, I probably should have drawn them next to each other, but they are different. This Smoke Blue is definitely more of like a ice gray blue, whereas this one has a little bit more of a rich color. And then this color, what is this one called? This is the Glimmer. So this one is the one that, like I said, if you look at the box, that is definitely does not look yellow. It's more of like a peach color. And then you've got your red, and then you've got the Ballet Pink, which is like a dusty pink. So I think these are really pretty, and I'm excited to try them out. I actually don't have any acrylic pens. I've been very interested in buying some, but every time I go to look at like some of those sets of acrylic pens, then I'm always wondering if I'm going to actually use them, or am I just going to end up with about a million pens, use them for one project and nothing else. So, all right, let me zoom out a little bit so you can see. Next item. So this is an A6 size, and it's a notepad. Super, super cute. It is tiny. It's a A6. So if you've ever bought one of Archer Olive's other notepads, or if you've received one in a past subscription box, they are usually bigger. Grab this one that I have so you can just kind of see a comparison. So you can see the size difference. This paper is thinner, so these notepads are usually the same thickness of the paper in their journals. This one is thinner. Let me see, does it say on the box? I think it might have said on this card, but I can feel the difference. This is 120 GSM, and the notebooks are usually, I always get this confused, are 160 GSM. I actually really like this thinner paper because it'll be a little easier to tear and use in my journals. And there's a navy color, gray, pink, and green. So if you do have like this one, I can't remember what this was called, but the pink looks about the same. The green, just for comparison, is darker, which I really like this green. And then this blue versus the navy, obviously here, is very different. They have other notepads, so you may have another Archer Olive notepad that maybe has colors that are, similar to this, but just as a comparison to the one I already have, it is different. And then I do like that they tried something a little different here with this gold faux leather instead of the black. I use a lot of paper, so can never go wrong having more notepads. All right. This item, honestly, I was not very excited about. So it's a book rest. The idea of this is that if you are reading a book, so here is, I don't know, well, I guess this could be a good example. So this is my book, one of my books. Oh, hold on. This is a hardback, so I'm not sure if this is a good example. But if you are holding and reading a book, you would put your thumb in and kind of hold it like this. And so then that way it kind of leaves your other hand free. And it's supposed to be, like an easier way to kind of keep the pages open while you're reading. Now, I don't prefer, like, rather than, holding the book like this, I don't prefer that because I feel like this gets uncomfortable after a while. Maybe it could also just be me. I also I tend to hold my pens pretty tightly, so with a lot of pressure. So I might also just be putting too much pressure, down when I'm holding the book. But I actually do find it more comfortable to just hold a book like this than to use a book rest like this. I always like that they try new things or include different things in their boxes. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this item, even though it is very pretty, and I think this is the same kind of scroll on here that's on the pink washi tape. So it's pretty, and I believe it's walnut, so nice quality. And I'll just grab a paperback book, another book that I wrote. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I don't love it. I also feel like it takes a second to get it in the right position to then hold it. And I'm not really as comfortable with my wrist kind of twisted versus just, holding a book. So yeah, shameless plug though, if you are interested, this is my book. It is called Pray With Me. Long story short, one of the biggest ways that I find to keep myself encouraged is that when I am facing a challenge, I like to pray for other people who may be facing that similar challenge. And it just kind of helps take my mind out of focusing on myself. So if you want, you can check this out. I will try to remember to leave it linked in the description box below. But point is, I'm not super excited about this. That's just my honest review. Some people may love it. You see these book holders a lot. I've seen them like online in different shops a lot. So somebody must love them because people make them, but not an exciting product for me. All right, something I was excited about is this box of ephemera stickers. So they are die cut stickers. They are, I don't know what the material is, but they feel more like washi tape than vinyl. That's what how I'll describe them. And y'all, every time I go to film, my light goes off. I don't know why. We'll have to fix that at some point, but hopefully you can still see in the sort of dark here. But anyways, oops, and now I'm dropping them all. But you can see that these stickers are really cute. They are all kind of like circus performance themed. I don't know if performance themed makes sense, but they're kind of like circus themed. Let me go zoom in so that hopefully you can see them, even though we've lost our light. We've got a admit one ticket, and there are 2 of each sticker. So there's a bunch of them. So I've got 2 stars. There's 2 of these little like, I don't know, frames, but they kind of look like the big top kind of frame. This sticker is, I think, cute because it matches the washi tape. So you can kind of see that, hopefully. And it's got kind of the same artwork. So that would be really pretty on a page. Got like a sign or like a book plate. Shiny little pattern there. It's kind of cute. And then you've got these cute sticker or tickets. Kind of looks like the ticket on the front of the box. So that's cute. And these have really pretty gold foil. Not all the stickers have gold foil, but that one does. This one is like the makeup light with all the bulbs. And did I show you guys this one? It's pretty. Like I said, they're very thin. I'm excited about using them because that means it won't bulk up your planner or journal. Another little ticket. There's one more. Yep. Another ticket. And of course, these all kind of harken back to the ticket washi. So that's cute. And I think I showed you all of them except for this one. Just like little pale ballet pink stars and gold stars. And it's the same colors that are on this washi. So I'm excited about these. I'll clean up my desk after. I will not waste your time trying to stuff all these back into the box right now. I'm just going to slide them over here. All right, let's move these out of the way that we took a look at and open the next item. Zoom out a little bit. All right. Again, apologies that my light cut off. Hopefully you can still see with just my desk light on. All right. So this one is described as an Accordion Folio. It's kind of like a mint green color. Hopefully the color is showing up well. It's a mint green color and it has really cute, like just satin ribbon. And then it opens like this. So it's like a little accordion folio. On the description card, it says that the idea of this is that it's a place where you can hold ephemera, or you could, store like these little stickers and things in there. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I think it's cute, but at the same time, I have a bunch of sticker books that I like to store my stickers in. So I don't know what I'm going to use this for. I think the description said it was like a 10 pocket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe it's 8 pocket. Why do I feel like the description said 10? the description does say 10. I guess this is a pocket and this is a pocket, but that's like so small. I would be scared to like put anything in there and rip it. I'm not crazy, right? Let's count. Pretty sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, I would say, so they must be counting this and this as pockets, but I would not put anything in there because I feel like that would just tear. So I'm gonna call this an 8-pocket accordion folio. Pretty. I do like the chandelier gold art on it. I think this will look pretty on my shelf. So maybe I might use this just to store like maybe tickets from events that we go to that I want to, you know, save for memory keeping or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to use this for yet, but it's pretty. All right. Now we're finally getting to the journals, and I know y'all are like, finally, finally, finally. Okay, I'm gonna open this one first. This, I'll show you the box because I always love their boxes. So this is an A5 125 page, 160 GSM journal. So it is thinner than most of the other art journal journals that I've gotten in the last year of subscription boxes. I know they've done thinner ones and thicker ones different times, but it's my first thinner one from them. And it's really pretty. The thing that I love about this, besides that it's pink and gold and white, or like kind of a cream color, is that, and let me zoom out a little bit so you can see the whole thing, but is that it is like it's a linen type material. I don't know what the exact material is, but it's definitely like a cotton linen-ish feeling material. So it's very, for me, it's very satisfying, like a satisfying feel to it. I'll take this off so you can actually see the cover. Sometimes when the elastic closure is on there, it makes it look like the art's not centered because it's like an optical illusion. So I always like to take it off so you guys can see it. So it's really pretty. You can see that gold foil there. The spine also has just a little bit of gold foil detail, and that detail matches the washi tape. So that's pretty. And then the back, it's got our pocket that it always has and the pen loop, dot grid paper as usual. And then there's the inside is a gold stripe. And we've got our 2 book ribbons. So this one is really pretty. I hope I won't get it too dirty. It feels so pretty and delicate. I mean, it's a nice hard-sided, high-quality journal, but I journal while drinking coffee and things, so spilling coffee on this will not make me happy, but it might happen. All right, and then let's look at, oh, and actually here, I'll compare it since you guys have seen me pull out so many of my Archer and Olive journals, or actually this one's already filled up, so with a bunch of stickers, so it's probably not a good comparison because it'll look thicker than in actuality. So this is another Archer and Olive journal that I have not started decorating in, so it's still in its brand new state, and so you can see the size difference there. Also, I guess if I do it this way, maybe you can see kind of the difference in the thickness of the journal. There you go. So this one is definitely less pages, which I'm okay with. I like the thicker page journals, but I have a feeling that they did less pages in this because this is like a honking box. I mean, look how big this box is for the other journal that is included. So let's open this up and just so you can see the box. It's got the diamond pattern. Again, that kind of matches the shipping for, not the shipping box, but the packaging box for everything. It's got a similar pattern on it. It is like a deep blue color, and then it still has the gold ampersand. All right, we're gonna open this up. And this is beautiful. Now, I know that my light is not really doing this justice. All right, so I am sitting a little closer to my desk light so you can see it a little bit better. And I feel like this is actually more true to the color in real life. It's really beautiful. There's so much detail on it. Let's see if I can get it in focus. Oh, there we go. All right. It's really pretty. I think those are supposed to be like the top of a, like a big top tent, like a circus tent. I think this is a faux leather. The fabric has a sparkle to it, but it could also be like it feels like it's maybe like a sateen that maybe has some polyester in it so that it can be embossed. I'm not 100% sure what this material is. But it feels like, I'm just going to call it a sateen. It feels not quite like satin, but like a thick satin, if you know what I mean. And then you can see the detail with all of the embossing. I feel like there's embossing and debossing in this. There's a lot going on. It really is gorgeous. And the book ribbons match the color really well. It's really pretty. All right, let's go back over here so I'm not leaning under the light. Sorry. See? This is real life. This is what happens when you try to film and you're not a professional. But there you go. You can really see it. Now, this is gorgeous. If you saw the previews, this was one of the items that was revealed, and I've seen a lot of commentary on it. I also have some opinions. So my honest opinion is this is gorgeous. I still wanted this. I think it is a beautiful journal and will make whatever you decide to write in it feel even more special because it is so nice. What I do not like about it is I don't think it's very functional, and I'm not sure if I'll enjoy the writing experience. The reason I say that is a few things. One, I like this detail where it kind of locks so that you can, to open it, but it means that when it's open, that piece, this metal, right, is going to be, on the desk, which means that it's not going to lay flat. I don't even know if that's in focus, but it's not going to lay flat on the desk, right? It's fine on this side because the book opens this way. But then what happens is when you open this side, this is very stiff. Obviously, this is brand new. I literally opened it yesterday, and then this is the second time I've opened it. So it's really stiff, but it's going to take a while probably in order for it to, because you can kind of see where it bends right here, in order for it to bend. And then eventually, if I do get this to really kind of bend open more easily, it's going to kind of leave a crease there. And I don't even know if I want a crease, right there on the front. Again, this is not, as I like to say, this is like, first world problems that are not actually problems, but just sharing so that you kind of get an honest review. The inside is gorgeous. I like this. It's beautiful that it is embossed paper. So it's metallic gold, and then you can see the texture that it's actually embossed. So it's not just printed. So really nice quality. Well done. It goes right into the dot grid pages. So it doesn't have the typical page like this at the front where it says this book belongs to. Now, that does not bother me at all because if you guys have seen any of my decorating videos, let me grab the one I was showing before. If you've seen any of my decorating videos, I cover that anyways, usually with some sort of stickers so that I can denote what's in this particular journal. So that's not a big deal to me that that's not there, because I'll probably maybe put that here, the little like a book plate, or I'll do it right here on this first page. But writing in this is going to be interesting because this side isn't going to have the support under this when you're writing. A few people I've seen online have suggested to put another notebook under it when you're writing. Let me just grab another notebook. So I'm just going to grab this one, which is about the right height. And so I guess if I do that, you'd have to do it so that it's like just sitting on the edge. But then there would still be a bump. There's still a bump here when you would go to write. So I don't know that that would work. And definitely not like this, you know, with this on top of the notebook, because then obviously this isn't going to be straight at all. Like I said, I've seen people do videos and suggest kind of different ways to write in it. So I don't know. I have to figure it out. Most likely what I'm going to end up doing is just writing on the right-hand side pages, and then on the left-hand side using the ephemera stickers and just putting the ephemera sticker there, and then maybe writing a quote or maybe putting a picture or something like that, and then just journaling on the right-hand side. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing throughout this journal, is just put a small decoration on this side and then journal on that side, or maybe washi tape. The thing I have to be really careful about, which is also why I'm glad that these are thinner stickers this month, is because once I put, you know, stickers in there, it's going to make the notebook puff up. And I don't think you can put too much in here before this will not close. So I'm hoping that by using the super thin, you know, washi like, or, you know, I might just go into my collection and grab some washi stickers, but these are super thin. So I'm hoping that I can use these and then go from there. And then, like I said, I'll probably use maybe sometimes a bunch of washi tape can also be too thick. And Archer & Olive's washi tape is very good quality and kind of thick. So I might have to go into my stash and use some thinner, like washi tape. But anyways, that's all a personal problem, but I just wanted to share that because I think that this is so pretty, and once it's filled with my writing, I feel like it's going to be so worth it. But I don't know if I'm going to enjoy writing in it as much when I can't really open it and sit with my coffee and write in it the way that I normally would. The last thing I'll say about this that I don't love, but I'll probably end up just displaying it differently, is y'all know I like to keep all of my journals that I've written in on these shelves. And because this has the metal latch on the front, when I go to put it on the shelf, it's going to take up more space than my other journals would. So there's going to be like a little gap in there. I don't think it's a big deal, but we'll see once I figure it out. It's not going to lay flush on the shelf with the other journals because it's that metal. So I might display it sort of like how I have this sitting in that. Like I might kind of display this on the shelf and then this way, and then have journals going that way. But anyways, just the random things that I think of. But that is everything that was in the March 2026 Archer & Olive subscription box. Definitely happy with my box. I'm glad that I kept it and didn't cancel, even though I was a little nervous about this one. I love all of the items except for this, which again is very pretty, but I probably won't really use it, or I'll have to try to figure out another use for it. But I really do think I'm going to get good use out of all of the other items. So let me know if you got this Archer & Olive box, or if you passed on it, why you passed on it, and if you have any suggestions for how to make the writing experience in this more enjoyable, please let me know, because I know that this is not like a new thing. There's plenty of journals I've seen before with metal kind of like closures. Sometimes they're on the side, but I've also seen a bunch of them where it is on the front like this and it opens. I just never have written in one like that. So y'all let me know. School me in the comments on how I could best use this. And if you like learning about or seeing stationery items, please subscribe to the channel. I just like sharing brands that I love. And so I hope you will check out Archer and Olive and support that company. And I'll talk with y'all again soon. Bye.